Hmm. Okay. I sacrificed my shining angel to summon Trance the Magic Swordsman in attack mode, and with an attack of 2600. And then I place one trap face down and end my turn. Oh no, what have I done? Oh no! Oh no! Greetings, programs, and this is a horrible mess. This is the gamification. My show where we can get together as fellow geekazoids and talk about all the things that are happening in games, movies, animation, what have you. Let's start things off at the beginning with my first thing I would like to call new news is good news. Not always. We have 4 news items this week that I thought was interesting. If you are one of those in-depth geeks that love the Western RPG kind of stuff, you know, D&D, Witcher, Lord of the Rings and stuff like that, I have some news here for you. There's a new Tolkien book set to be released soon, and this is from Gizmodo. J.R. Tolkien died in 1973, but 45 years later, his old writings are still finding their way into readers' hands. The latest is called The Fall of Gondolin, and it will be out in August. Tolkien wrote The Fall of Gondolin back in 1916 while in a hospital after the Battle of Somme. But in Middle-earth, set in Middle-earth, long before the Lord of the Rings series, it's about a reluctant hero who turns into a genuine hero. Tolkien historian John Garth told The Guardian, "It's a template for everything Tolkien wrote afterwards. It has a Dark Lord, a first encounter with orcs and balrogs. It's really Tolkien limbering up for what he would be doing later." The pages were edited by Tolkien's son Christopher Tolkien, and the book will feature illustrations by famed Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings artist Alan Lee. Plus, the story is apparently Tolkien's biggest battle narrative outside The Lord of the Rings. If you want to see more about the description of the novel, check out The Guardian. It sounds more like a prototype of the original Tolkien series, the Hobbit and Lord of the Rings series, which is awesome. It's kind of like a behind the scenes. You get a better feel for how his writing style, I guess you could say. Or would just go, oh, that's where he got it from. Anyway, check it out in August. That should be coming out. The Fall of Gondolin. Interesting. Okay, news number 2. Shenmue 1 and 2 is being remastered. This is from Matthew Reynolds at Eurogamer. Sega is releasing remasters of the first 2 Shenmue games, and they're coming to PS4, Xbox One, and PC later this year. The re-release of Shenmue 1 and 2 will be available together as a single package and will remain true to the originals, according to Sega, while offering a scalable screen resolution and PC graphics options, modern or classic control schemes, and an updated user face. It also has dual audio, so you got the Japanese and the English for whatever you prefer. The package, available both physically and digitally, marks the first time Shenmue has been made available on another console outside the Sega Dreamcast. The sequel, first released in 2001, was later released on the original Xbox. This sounds like a promotional scheme, and what we love about promotional schemes in the gaming industry, when remasters come out, that means sequels come out. That means new, improved titles from the same franchise. And with the Shenmue 3 being announced back in, 2015, unless I'm mistaken, let me know if I'm. And this is going to be a ramp up, and we might even see more at E3 this year. It's like, hey, we started this Kickstarter a few years back. Thanks for all your help. we got it going, and it's finally coming out later this year or something, or later next year. Pardon me. Awesome. For those who love it, I never got into Shenmue, and when I saw that trailer at E3, or I wasn't specifically at E3, but when they showed the trailer at E3, wasn't impressed. I'm like, well, this is like HD that was just a prototype, right? But what they were showing, I'm like, well, this just looks like an HD upscale of PS2, Xbox One, or original Xbox kind of game. And I'm just like, okay, whatever. But if you're into Shenmue, let me know. Let me know what's the story like, and are you excited for Shenmue 3? Are you excited for this 1 and 2 remaster? Bit of movie news here. We'll go number 3. More casting for Disney's live-action Milan. I got this from Gizmodo, but it was originally at Hollywood Reporter. Recently, news broke that Donnie Yen would be joining the on-screen talent of Disney's upcoming live-action version of Mulan. Now, it's come out that he'll be joined by 2 other superstars, Gong Li and Jet Li, who will be playing respectively a new villain and a powerful ruler. News of the casting comes from the Hollywood Reporter, which says that Jet Li is in final talks to play the Emperor of China, which was originally played by Pat Morita in the 1998 animated version. It will mark his first major role in a major Hollywood production since being part of The Expendables 3. The piece also gives details about Gong Li's antagonist role, describing her as a powerful witch, which is totally, well, I'm not sure totally, but it's very different from what the original Disney cartoon was, where it's like the leader of the Huns. I can't remember his name, I'm sorry, I'm blanking on that. The Hun army, the leader of the Hun army was the main enemy, but in this, it's going to be interesting. Also, Milan has a sister in this new movie, and she'll be played by Zana Tang. I'm sorry if I messed it up. It could be Zana Tang, a New Zealand actress of Chinese and Vietnamese descent. Mulan starring Liu Yifei, I'm sorry if I messed that up again, in the title role, is scheduled to hit screens in March 2020. It's still a while to go, so don't expect anything substantial. Plus, we've got a whole lot of movies this year. I mean, come on. Deadpool, Infinity War, Solo, Star Wars movie. Jesus Christ. Mary Poppins returns. Alright. Number 4 on the news. Apparently, this is also a Hollywood Reporter, there's another Terminator reboot. I was completely surprised after the missteps, I guess you could say, of Genesis and possibly even Salvation. Genesis to me was just kind of like a forgettable film. You watch it once and go, okay, that was a movie. Colombian actress Natalia Reyes has nabbed the starring role in the Terminator reboot. Linda Hamilton and Arnold Schwarzenegger are returning to the fold, while Blade Runner 2049 actress Mackenzie Davis is one of the new star additions to the sci-fi action project from Paramount and Skydance. Gabriel Luna, who is known for playing Ghost Rider on ABC's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., also has been cast in the film, as well as a Mexican-born Diego Bonito, known for his work in Scream Queens. In the main role in the new Terminator is that of Dani, a young woman from a working-class neighborhood in Mexico City who finds herself in the battle between humans and machines. Luna will play a Terminator robot, while Bonita will play Danny's brother. Davis is an soldier assassin from the future. Cool. Hamilton and Schwarzenegger are reprising their roles, but sources say that their parts are relatively brief. Yeah, that's not much, but it's something to go, okay, let's expect that in like 2 or 3 years. Arnold's back, but he's not going to be playing much. That's no surprise. He's getting old. He's a very physical actor. Hamilton played a physical actor as well in that movie, I remember. So for them to slow down is no surprise there. New actors, like new, fresh off the mill actors, is good in my opinion for these um, big well known franchises. It shows the audience, hey, we're trying something new, we're trying something fresh. They tried it with Genesis with Emilia Clarke. She was pretty good in it, I thought, but it didn't. I don't know. Her tone didn't sit well with me. I could be talking out of my ass, honestly. But yeah, fresh faces, really good to see in a movie like this. And when people go, hey, something new, hey, something new, they'll go, oh, let's go try and see it, see if it's worth it. And that's more money for their box office totals at the end of the day. Sorry, hang on. Water. Nectar of the gods. Alright, that's it for the news. Let's go on to Game Chat. Working title. If you have a better title, let me know, please. I'm begging for you. To help with the show, not... Anyway, forget that. I want to recommend some reading first. If you're into getting in depth with game development and what's going on behind the scenes, Jason Schreier at Kotaku made an article called "How the Makers of Mafia 3 Lost Their Way." And I haven't read the article yet, but knowing Jason Schreier, he really gets in depth and really shows what the problems were in that game development. I also want to recommend his stuff with how Visceral closed down and the whole Battlefront 2 dilemma and all that. He really gets into the bones, into the marrow of those problems and lets the people know. So definitely check him out. I'll put a link to the article down below for you if you really want to. I can't recommend him enough. He's one of the best games journalists out there. Also from Jason Schreier, this is Rumours going around, by the way. He put up a tweet in concurrence with the article he put up. So I'll quote him going, "Among other details I learned while reporting this story, right next to Hangar 13, a top secret 2K studio is now working on a top secret new Bioshock game." Awesome. Awesome. I love Bioshock. I love 1. Wasn't a big fan of 2 with the multiple endings. I'm like, okay, it's a bit too much, but okay, I get you. A lot of people like the DLC from 2. I haven't played it, honestly. Bioshock Infinite I loved, blew my mind, and Burial at Sea, the DLC from that game. If you haven't played it, please play it. It's kind of important to the whole trilogy, I guess you could say. But awesome. Not sure if it's going to be a whole kind of like a break off, where you know how like Bioshock was kind of like a spin-off or a break-off to System Shock, right? This could be, even though it's the Bioshock franchise, it could be a whole new story, I guess what I'm trying to say, or is a whole new, like, a beginning of the trilogy, maybe? What do you think? Let me know. This could, from what I've also heard, this is really, really early in development, so it's still going to be a long way away. But awesome, new Bioshock. It's not dead, people. Okay. Another rumor that was going around. I was kind of we'll see how it goes. Target on their website had actually changed the release date of Kingdom Hearts 3 to November 1st, 2018. Let's see. Which is interesting. Like they could have gone, yeah, let's put it up. And then they got shut down, which is usually the case for these things, isn't it? But then they changed it back quickly to the placeholder date of the 31st of December 2018, which they do every annually, I guess you could say. Which is awesome. Well, there's a new event coming out, I believe, next week or this week, whenever you see it, about Kingdom Hearts Union Cross, Union Key. Tetsuya Nomura's going to be there, and there could possibly be a new Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer. So check that out if you want. It could give us a date of November 1st. It could be soon, it could be September, but Kingdom Hearts is usually known for their midsummer over here release. Capcom has applied for a new trademark. It's not really much of a thing, it's just rumours going around. And the trademark is for Onimusha. So, could that also be a new game? Or could it be a remaster or something? Who knows? What do you think? Do you think it's going to be something new? Could it be just a re-release of an old PS2 game or something, you know? Yeah, let me know. Write in. What's another one we got here? Okay, on Twitter, I want to shout out a guy called Pixelpar. I'll put up a link for him if you want as well. He tends to get some pretty good insider info for Nintendo products, and he lets us know when something's going to happen or possible rumors, information, whatever for Nintendo, and he comes through like at least 70% of the time. That's at least, okay, so if it's more, I'm fine. He's heard some info that the console version of Pokemon has been having some of its materials localized since February, at least. So, could be shown some of the gameplay or a trailer at E3 this year. Could be even coming out late. If it's localized for this long already, it could be coming out in November, October, November, December this year, and if not, next year. So keep an eye on E3 for anything Nintendo or anything Square based, Capcom. These are all rumors, so just take it with a grain of salt if you want. Okay, we'll go with games out this week. We'll start with Time Carnage on PC, PS4 and the Switch. Extinction, PC, Xbox One and PS4. This was a game that was shown at E3, I believe, last year. It was kind of like Attack on Titan, if you know what I mean, where it's like a small guy running around a village, fighting these giants that are breaking through walls and trashing the town. You got your swords and your abilities and whatnot, jumping really high. Check out the trailer for it, the gameplay footage for it, I'm sorry, if you're interested. It's very colourful. Masters of Anima, PS4, PC, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch. Bomb Slinger on the Xbox One, PC, and the Nintendo Switch. Our Boys coming on PS4 and Xbox One. That's originally on the PC. That was originally a PC game. And if you like retro, like platformers, like side-scroll platformers, definitely give that a go if you haven't already. Rick and Morty Simulator Virtual Reality on the PSVR. Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice comes to Xbox One. I can't recommend that enough. Ninja Theory that was made by you could call it a double what was it? Yeah, double A studio where they're just like, hey guys, look what we're making. We don't want any big publisher involvement. We just want to make this ourselves. It's like a passion project almost. The performance capture is amazing. The sound design's fantastic. It's set in the Norse kind of setting, so it's perfect time for God of War as well. That's come out. Definitely give it a go, guys. What What else? Burly Men at Sea on the Switch. Don't Starve on the Switch. Eternal Edge on Nintendo Switch. V-Racer Hoverbike. That's the early access on PC. It's kind of like Tron, light cycles, pod racing kind of thing. Darkest Dungeon Ancestral Edition on the Nintendo Switch. Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind on the Xbox One. That's part of the new backwards compatibility games rollout that they're having this month. So definitely check that one out. What else? That's it for Games of the Week. Oh yeah, I was going to do a games review this week. I was going to talk about either Fortnite or Octopath Traveler, but I decided to go Octopath Traveler because it's just it's only the demo. But I really wanted to give that a go because it sounded like it was right up my alley. And I'm happy to say it is. Very Final Fantasy-esque. 16, well, it's not even 16, it's more up-res than 16-bit, but it's that kind of style. Side-scrolling, fantasy RPG style. It's got your weapons, abilities, and like it's a turn-based game. Gorgeous art design. Wasn't a big fan of the voice acting, in the sense that it wasn't really necessary. Great actors, don't get me wrong. You can hear a lot of, if you watch a lot of anime or like play other like games from like NIS, like Persona or the Atelier games or whatnot. There's or Disgaea or whatever. You can tell there's some voice actors in there from that kind of stuff. Don't get me wrong, the voice acting is great in ability, but with the text, it's slow, but you can speed it up. But it just feels like I wanted to put more of my own personality into the characters when I'm playing. I wanted to get a bit more involved, but the voice acting kind of takes away from it a bit. This is what's happening with it's hard to keep this style fresh without doing something different, like voice acting or having like the Persona. In Persona, when they're having a talking scene, they have still images come up with the game image in the background. But otherwise, awesome. If you love Final Fantasy, if you love Chrono Cross, Chrono Trigger, I can't recommend this enough. This is going to be a good game for the Switch, definitely. You can move with the joystick, but I prefer the directional buttons. Yeah, I have only played the character Primrose because they give you two characters, and I've only played her. She's like a dancing girl, prostitute kind of type, but she's out for revenge against these people that have murdered her family. Standard JRPG stuff, right? But I got into it. I really did. It's been a while since I played a game kind of like that. So if you like that kind of stuff, definitely either play the demo to wet your whistle or just wait for the actual game to come out. That's Octopath Traveler. The demo's called Project Octopath Traveler, by the way, if you're looking for that. So that's it for me today, guys. Thanks for sticking around for as long as you have. If you want to chat to me about anything that's happening in the world of games or movies, if you have heard any rumours going around lately, or if you want to talk to me about any other kind of geeky stuff, what kind of anime are you watching this season? I've got about 3 or 4 myself. Come talk to me. Is it working? Yes, it is. You can find me at Twitter at Jackosaurus. Email me, which I would prefer, at thegamification@outlook.com, or hang out with us at our group on Facebook. And the title is, you guessed it, The Gamification, where plenty of other geekazoids there that hopefully want to chat with you. So come hang out with us. And also, if you could like and subscribe to this video, I really appreciate it. Thank you again. End of line.